physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got a stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Herbert. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Out left, he's got it to Everett. Down inside the 10. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a 1st down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the 1st down. That was the gravy. He decided to take it the whole field and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Okay, also sie haben Touchdown hinbekommen.
And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it.
And
that extends their lead by 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Nicht so weit, aber ein bisschen weit. Run.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it.
Also
sometimes
ich
when you
würde
take that
Pass
risk, you
auf
understand
Adams
if you
machen.
fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
They'll roll him out
Bombe.
right. Looking deep for Adams.
Hey.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They fake the handoff. Now Carr rolling to his left. And that's going to be incomplete.
What
the coverage too good there. The contact
Okay,
the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Dann werden wir jetzt
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. To throw his Carr. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Hell no! Oh, hell no.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. To throw again on 2nd down. Carr will return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ja, egal, okay.
These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the 1st. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he gets it inside the 10 to 9. 44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan
Das
for him to
Fenster
have
auf.
as few carries.
Touchdown. Jawohl. Dieses Fenster war das Fenster, wo der Ball ist.
with career touchdown number 75. And the Raiders have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Las Vegas Raiders mit 21 führen jetzt nicht. Es sind ganze 7 Punkte Unterschied.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. No return here for Carter, and this will be a touchback.
Ja, das ist gut.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offensive. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Nah, what the?
By Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super
Okay, let's go.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
2nd and 5 now. Carr.
Ja, und jetzt macht einen Pick, oder was?
I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Oh, now he's stripped.
Fumble. Yeah.
And the Raiders pick it up. Yeah. And they will shop red zone territory at the 13-yard line.
But that takeaway, partner, right there,
Geil.
that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
From the 9, 2nd and 5. Carr.
And touch. 9.
And he's able to get it down to the Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score. And he's home.
Touchdown. Raider.
Touchdown.
Okay, but yeah,
Josh Jacobs taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Okay, second.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. The Charger drive about to get going. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. From the 50, here's Herbert. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
Scheiße.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Once more, here's Eckler. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's
Lass
second
die
down
Zeit
now.
aber nicht.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
On second down, Eckler. Then he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know somebody crowd the line of scrimmage. If they do pop one, it's going to go down.
I think could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now the 4th-round pick from A&M. This is Isaiah Spiller. And that's a touchdown as they broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Shit.
Now for the point after. It's up and good, and they've jumped back ahead, 35-28. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's capped off by the late touchdown. It's a 7-point lead here in the final minute of the game. From the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Carr to throw. Out to his left. He's going to let it fly. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And they will take a knee here. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So, for the Chargers, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1.
Das erste Game verloren. Sonst haben wir alles gewonnen.
I'm the best, and I got it, on my own. Keep my way up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. I'm the best, and I got it, on my own. Keep my way up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold.
Erste Game, was
Talk, but he not on the stairs. I ain't taking a from my boy heavy. I'm the best, and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's falling. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching, but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call it. Working big, and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a know he missed the know I got him running to it. I'ma need to pull him down before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run to do it. Stand on her till I can stun and do it. I'm the best, and I got it, on my own. Get my way up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. I'm the best, and I got it, on my own.
Welcome to Weekly Strategy. This is how you access the new player help.
Top dog like I vanished. I'm the really damaged. I came out and and make the channel froze. I'm really who the piano chose. Put my name up like a banner boat. Acting tough and I'ma let her go. Name her who got a better flow. She can hang it up till like a telephone. Stick up with the cost 10K to let it come see it. Hands down here, make it come treat it. Spin, make it come beat it. I want the new in the machine up. Jewelry be cold like the temperature zero. I'm the hardest, they call me the hero. Heavenly, then they know what I be on. I'm the best, I'm the best. And I gang, and I gang.
Ganz tief sogar.
Get my way up, get up, go, get up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, I'm the best, and you go. And I gang, on my own. Get my way up, get up, go, get up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold.
Ihr könnt auch gerne auf YouTube gehen und mir auf Easy Money folgen. Dann könnt ihr mich auch unterstützen. Und ja.
I told you I'd be ready. You always got excuses and you know I'd be on top of things. Punctual my
Today, from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders taking on Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Arizona Cardinals and the Las Vegas Raiders. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Here comes Kyler Murray in his 4th NFL season leading this Cardinal offense. Already a 2-time Pro Bowler in his time with Arizona.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the draw, Connor. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Murray. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But you know it's never easy to get Kyler Murray down to the ground, and to do it with a sack on their first drive, what a great tone setter defensively.
Oh, and no one's celebrating more than the defensive.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders will take over possession here up at the 44. As the Raiders take over on offense, we get to see the man who has been the leader of this team for 9 seasons now, under center Derek Carr.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. First carry for the former Pro Bowler, Josh Jacobs. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 8 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt, they made some slight adjustments in how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
Looking deep for Adams. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
That one brought back a few nightmares because when a quarterback gets outside of the pocket, your job as a defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leak behind you for a big play. A nice job there having discipline and not letting them connect on that pass.
Looking deep for Adams. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. It's a big play there for Vegas. And even 40 yards. So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. It's a jet sweep. This is Renfro. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes.
Ja, egal, wir werden jetzt mal